It's working on it. Trying to boot that thing up. I already have this. Why does it do that all the time? It tells me to apply for access. Like I don't have to. Say that right now. I don't have to do that. Dude. There we are. We're on.
Hey!
Hey. Welcome
made
to
it.
Behind the Bamboo. This is
Yep,
episode 580. No,
Yeah, we previously recorded 400 and 579 other episodes.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
all a second long though.
Yeah. Nothing happened. Nothing. Not a thing.
Dude, you just spilled that everywhere.
No, I didn't.
You did too.
That's right.
That's a great way to start.
It was.
Oh, all over the shirt too.
Is it?
You got a little bit, I think.
Darn it.
That's why you should have opened it before going live. We're back.
You know.
We missed out last weekend, but
We did.
that's mainly because we were very tired
We did.
from CapeCon.
No. This was Heartland Gaming.
Heartland Gaming.
Heartland Gaming Convention
Yeah.
25. And then we already made the announcement, but we're going to OMGCon
Yeah,
25.
yeah, that was a last minute surprise, but
Literally on Sunday night.
yeah,
Or Sunday
there.
while we were there. Got the announcement.
You said you weren't streaming or anything, but if anybody was to see the videos from that day, he was a ghost. You were gone. That your spirit had left the body for that entire day. You said like,
I was toasted.
and then I watched you yell at somebody, "Hey, how's it going?" That was funny because they turned, they looked, and they left. And I was like,
It wasn't intentional.
"You just yelled at them, man." That was kind of
It
funny.
wasn't intentional at all.
Yeah, just tired energy, dude.
Dude, I put everything into Saturday, man. I really did.
Yeah, Saturday was awesome.
It was really cool. But I mean, in my defense, it was the best day to put energy into everything because I mean, like everybody that was there on Sunday, no fault to the venue at all.
No,
It was mainly a gaming convention,
yeah,
so everybody was up there
everybody's
just
up there gaming.
yeah, everybody
which
was
is
up there gaming.
what they should have been
chilling
doing
out.
anyways.
You know, and then just like at the end of the day, they were just walking around looking. You know, not
Last
really.
minutes and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't like a big spending day. So.
We sold one more proto box.
So the last one, I didn't know
so the last
we
one.
had it. I thought we had two.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was awesome.
It was great.
That whole experience. We met some insanely awesome people. Some of them are now in our Discord.
Yeah.
Helping us out.
Yeah, letting us know
Letting
that the
us know.
announcements don't work.
Yeah, honestly, I appreciate that. It's
I
cool
do.
to have more voices than just ours being like, "What are we doing?" So
Yeah, hey,
it's really cool.
we're trying.
And then we met another fellow game developer, tabletop game developer.
Well, two really, but one of them, would talk to us a lot,
Yeah,
and yeah, no,
I think we'd even talked about potentially working to
some stuff with them.
something.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to meet that person. Nate, I think was their name, right?
Yeah,
Same as mine.
yeah.
It's always weird meeting another Nate out there.
I want to make sure, just real quick, just to verify that everything sounds okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. So we're gonna sit here and we're gonna be talking for no reason.
Which would be funny. How do we sound?
We're good.
We're good?
Yep.
Sweet.
Doesn't seem to be any issues.
As every Saturday, we're in our very
Yeah,
polished, well put together studio.
studio. Yeah,
Definitely not a garage.
definitely not.
The only air conditioning in here being a little fan.
That's definitely not what we're at.
Yeah, and it's not muggy and hot out today either. So
No.
that's great. You know,
No.
it's how the magic's made though. But no, that event was freaking awesome. I
That
mean,
was-
okay, how did it feel? People actually enjoying your game?
It was really cool. it was really dope getting to see people get so excited about playing it, and then just being like seeing their faces light up, and they're like,
Yeah.
this is cool. Like
Yeah.
this could be something big. Like, and I kind of want to be in on this, you know. And they're joining in like immediately, like, hey, I want to go get a deck.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I'm used to you like signing comic books and everything, and like that's cool and all. But like, it was weird because I told him I was like, hey, if you go over there and ask that guy, like he'll sell you a deck. He'll, you know, you can ask him to sign a card.
Mhm.
And I was like, and I mean, I guess if you want, I can sign a card. And like everybody was coming over and wanted my signature on a card too. I
Yeah,
was like,
dude.
I mean, that's cool.
You felt it. It's the
It was
coolest thing,
really cool.
being able to make something and people enjoy that product.
Yeah.
It's really cool that you know that you have something that people are out there actively like, yo, that was
Yeah.
dope. It's awesome.
It-
And yeah, he got your signature on some stuff too.
I
which is
did.
Really,
I
really,
did.
really
I get my signature on a few things. It was very interesting. A little scary at first, you know, because all the game developers who are up there showcasing their game. It's not a big convention yet.
Well, it was
It's a
up
bigger.
there.
It's a
yeah.
it's a mid convention, I would say. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what you know, you're comparing it to. But for me, that is like a mid convention, like mid sized convention.
Yeah.
I think it had like an attendance of like 500 or 600 people or something like
Yeah.
that.
Something like that.
And it was actually kind of like scary a bit, like, and kind of worrisome. We're just all of us game developers are sitting there standing there like, how do we get these people to
Yep.
sit down and like play our game for a minute? And
From
it
what
was
I
cool, though.
heard, you went full on advertiser, like
Yeah, I went full on marketing mode.
marketing mode.
Yeah,
You were a snake oil salesman out there.
yeah, man.
So that was, and honestly, I was like, man, that's really cool. You're getting out there, you're getting your voice about you, and you know,
Yeah.
seeing if people would actually enjoy it, and they did, which is the coolest thing. Is people are liking what you made,
Yeah,
not just me sitting here and be like, oh, it's fun.
or the people that we knew, like being like, oh, this is kind of fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Which-
knowing.
We've
Yeah.
had we've had some people. Hey,
Yeah,
Yep.
we got the haircut.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, no, it was actually really cool getting to hear people actually like give opinions on it. Oh, it says we're live at Heartland Gaming. That's so weird.
Oh, that's not right.
Is it on the description? It says that. Where would that? How do I alter that?
Yeah, make sure it doesn't say that.
I'll fix that while we're sitting here. But no, it was really cool. It was really good, great, like getting feedback from people on the game. Specifically, there was a thing about like the passing of turns and like how to handle the mess of spells and like reflections and
Yeah.
that was really good. That was like really great feedback, and
So
I really appreciated
I remember
that.
somebody saying that maybe potentially have it to where people go around the table for reaction or something
Yeah,
like that.
it like basically you would go around and resolve any like so like the person on the left would immediately, or depending on which way we want to go with it, but the person on the left would be the
46.
one who would start with their instance or whatever that they're going to do, and once that's resolved, the next person would go, and then the next person. However, the only weird side about that is mana disruptions. But I think it's okay because I think if anybody plays a mana disruption, like you can basically null and void everything that was going on.
Mhm.
Because what you do is you essentially like go around and like do your instances, and then the next person would go once they can't play anymore, and then the next person, and essentially once everybody's done playing,
Mhm.
you then rectify the discards. Like,
Mm.
okay, now he's only got to discard 2, you got to discard 4, and you got to discard 1.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, and also we put less mana disruptions in the decks.
We did. It was actually extremely weird. Okay, bye.
It's always good to see hear from you.
Yeah. The mana disruptions in there were very few. It was 6 in the whole deck.
Yeah, instead of the original 12.
12.
How did it feel? Was it okay?
It needed 8. I think 8
Okay.
is the balance it really needed. 8 or 10. I think 12 is too many. I do think that. Actually, because we took so many out, we put a couple extra cards in to replace those,
Yeah.
and I thought that actually felt better. Like there was a few more counter spells, which were really cool. So I was actually cool with like removing more mana disruptions. So like 6 would probably be an okay number if we just make sure we add in those extra like counter spells or something.
Honestly, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about that, and counterspell would be nice because it would give you the ability to cast stuff without targeting somebody.
Yeah.
Like, well, say you're trying to do a mana burst or something like that. Well, if people just keep on knowing
Yeah.
your thing right there, that's
It's disheartening.
well, okay.
Okay.
So they can't counterspell that until you cast your second spell.
Right.
So that, yeah, I'd see that
works.
being way better. You know.
Yeah. It felt a little bit better, but at the same time a little strange. I did actually end up having a really weird situation with that new rule we put in place for mana exhaustion.
Yeah.
I honestly like that was one tweak that I think we are gonna have to play with and see how we like it, because I was stuck in a situation while we were playing where I was just sitting there like, okay,
Yeah.
I can't play. Like I'm stuck. I don't have any cards. And then because I would have to discard, I would sit there and like I would discard my cards. I'd have one. Well, then somebody would play something. It wasn't an instant, so I'd have to discard that. I'm already in mana exhaustion again, so I have to draw more. Well, then they make me discard all those. Well, I'm stuck with 2 cards again. Neither one of them are instants. They make me discard those. Like I've already discarded like 14 cards before it ever got back to my turn. I was like, I don't know about that rule. That kind of sucked.
Well, you could. I don't know how much we want to change this late in the game because we're, a good ways into development here.
Yeah.
But what we could say is we could take the rule out and then eventually have an expansion where there's specific cards that tell you that they can target your mana.
Oh shit. Forgot that that's gonna probably mess around.
What's up?
I can't type certain things because of the hotkeys that are associated to things.
Oh.
Yeah. So
What I mean is like a card that said if you lose your hand, target the library.
yeah,
You could maybe do that if you don't want all cards to do, go for the library.
yeah, but again, that gets into the weird thing of like, all right, but if I didn't have any instances in my hand, like you could have just burnt 14 cards out of my deck.
Well, again, if there's only specific cards that do it, then it just feels like it was earned.
Yeah, it would have to be that, but I don't know. It's just one of those rules I think we're just gonna have to like continue to play with. But it was great. It was great getting to play those things and see what worked and what didn't work.
Yeah, and then we've had some pretty cool feedback after the event too in our Discord, so that's awesome. Yeah. Some stuff that we're thinking about with that too. I like the idea of us trying to put it somehow on that tabletop simulator so that we can play with other people digitally. I mean, during like Saturdays or whatever, we could actually have like a game day, Mana Wars game day.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool. And it, again, more input. But we're kind of getting to the point now where like Series 1 cards are going to be what Series 1 cards are going to be because people have bought the rules and bought those cards, right? So the more people that buy that, that's a Series 1 deck then, right? I call it that because Series 2 we can manipulate some of the stuff. Or
I think you're gonna have the Series 1 and then the expansions. You're gonna have a Series 2 amount of cards that could be like different things that could happen in the game. So, you're going to give me a second because that sun is still shining so bright.
Just fully watching you. That's what I was saying. Oh. No, you flashed me in the eyes.
Oh. I think it might counteract the sun or something. No, just like
you're just hair and beard.
It's just really
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you broke a leg. It's me. Ryan's back here dying. Again, this is a extremely expensive and office. Definitely not a garage. Dude, I thought you just like got yourself. Well, we got like what, another hour of sun?
Something like that. That window is just so ridiculous.
You think for the next time we should put this in front of the windows?
Nah. I mean, you usually start a little late. It's all good. What was I doing on here? Oh, I was gonna try to change.
I have no idea.
I was gonna try to change this little description thingy. I don't know if it'll let me or not. I think it's in this about me or something. There it is. Found it.
Proud, 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 proud.
May be away now. Yeah. Do we want to also, since we were there doing that? Do we want to do this like almost like an unboxing on this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to see this or not, but this is a Prism Cortex.
Yeah.
.net. So this is the guy that we were
We talked to. You talked to first.
that was also showcasing games, and he had some pretty cool stuff up there.
Oh, yeah.
Very intuitive games, I would say.
Yeah.
It was a little easier to sit down with his, which was great for him. I'm really happy. I mean, we both did pretty well. I think we all did really well, but we were able to trade.
Yeah,
him.
we traded him one of my comics for a box, and I figured it would be cool to show everybody else off because I didn't even get to see the games that he had in development. So it'll be the first time I get to see.
I didn't get to play them. Not that we're gonna play today, but
right.
Yeah, he had one I didn't get to see. I knew it was there, but I didn't get to see anybody really play it. He had the one that I think was his biggest hit, and I think will continue to be his biggest hit, which was the dice flicking game.
Yeah,
I think it worked.
I remember
really well.
Mark saying that one looked really fun.
He did a very good job. Let's just say that.
And I want to say that he also donated a box to Dice Alliance, which we are pretty, we're kind of
help like doing stuff with.
Yeah. I volunteer there. I think, not specifically partners, but
I think they're gonna have a ton of fun with that, to be honest.
Well, yeah. So those kids at the end of every month, they go out and play games and stuff like that at Dice Alliance, and I'm excited for them to play that one too. Play this one, and I think that we'll even bring up Mana Wars if anybody wants to try that one over there.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm just going to do this so that
you do what you got to do.
All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead and unbox this a bit and dig into this game. Again, this is Prism Cortex. He had a couple of cool games in here. I think one of them was called D20 on the Money, which is the dice flicking game.
That one sounded extremely fun.
Yeah, I think that's going to be his biggest thing, to be honest. So let me move this up.
Do I need to take my tablet off the table?
It might be beneficial. You know what? We're just gonna do this number right here.
I didn't get to show you, but this is what I'm thinking about doing for the Merc.
Oh, nice. Oh,
yeah. I'll show that off later. We don't have a camera on the tablet today. You're gonna click a button.
Hopefully not. I'm gonna try to put this up so everybody can see though.
You're clicking like F5.
Skip. Fantastic. We are cooking with the most
Jeez.
sophisticated stuff
Man,
in the world.
you know,
All right.
Don't-
So
just be so careful moving the table.
you said shake it?
Yeah, really good, really good.
Yeah. So yeah.
Crack it open.
We'll
I want to
open
see the stuff.
his box here.
Yo!
So again, you got his logo, which is awesome. We kind of did something similar with our box.
Yeah.
So I really like that. Crit You Not is so that's his other game. I Crit You Not. That's
Sweet.
the one I didn't get to see. It's more of a D&D style game.
Awesome.
This top thing, if I'm not mistaken, is D20 on the money. Oh, looky
Got
here.
some little pins?
Got some pins.
Nice.
Got some pins here. So
Yo.
he threw in some little pins. We need to do this on his bars. You just dropped it. You said the hell with it.
Yeah, I didn't have a good hand on it.
I can see that. Here's another one. You didn't get to see this one. You just got a little rainbow one.
That's the prism. Yeah, that's sick, dude.
I don't think that's his. I just think that was a button.
Nice.
But yeah, it was cool. I didn't even know those are in there. If you want to pull that
Yeah.
out.
So yeah, we got some D20s here for this game. Those are some pretty ones.
Yeah.
I like the black and gold right there. That's really
Now,
cool.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think some of these go to the other one.
I'm gonna try to unrail this on this.
Yeah, this is the big game. This is the one that he was showcasing that I thought was going to be really popular. It's very easy to be like
Grab that side.
understood. So
Cool.
it's just like a big dartboard, and I'll kind of set it up kind of briefly with what I know about it, and I could be kind of wrong, but still really cool.
Yeah.
This is where kind of I think we could get into. I don't know where he was getting these things. But it's
These
really
ads.
dope.
Yeah, it's almost like a sublimation.
Yeah.
Kaylee's done some of this type of stuff. I did a little bit of this type of stuff.
But this is D20 on the money, so
Nice play, Matt.
really cool. I think this is where I was talking to him about like art and stuff because I think he could make this like really cool. But it's
Yeah,
already
for
really
sure.
nice design. Yeah. So it looks like with his boxes that he was given, he got some little markers here for I think I Crit You Not, and then there's the D20s and the dice. I think this whole bag here is honestly for that Crit You Not, and I think
Crit You
this
Not.
bag is for
Yeah, it was attached to this. So.
yeah, I think so. So, little cool. Obviously as indie studio developers, we kind of have to just come up with like random things,
Yeah,
to put
I
stuff
mean,
in.
But honestly, this is the
Really
type of
cool.
stuff that I love.
It's
Prism
really dope.
Vortex catalog. Oh, sweet.
Now that's cool. See, we don't even have this. This is pretty cool. I guess this is his games that he has.
Yep.
So this is I Crit You Not, which is a fast, fun dice rolling game with unique spin on tabletop RPG battle systems. So essentially, it's like 1v1ing people in D&D.
This is cool.
it's
This is the
really
thing that he
quick.
talked to us about.
The Fast Adventure
The
novel.
light, yeah, yep. The Lightbringer.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
the second person.
I forgot. Oh, so he's got 3 then, technically.
Is what I was working on. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Dude's cooking over there. Like,
Heck
for real. Then he's got this one, which I think is going to be huge for him, which is the D20 on the money. I keep talking about it, but seriously, it was very cool seeing it. So
Heck yeah.
again, Prism Cortex Gaming, or PrismCortex.net.
I think it's their site,
Yeah. So
which we don't have. We need to get.
you want to pull this
Yeah,
out?
yeah,
This
let's pull this
is
out.
the D&D stuff, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, he had
Yo.
full blown like
Nice.
stuff
Rule
set
book.
up on this.
Make sure that I'm actually on it.
If I had more cameras, we could fix the
Oh,
fact
look at that.
our
You got some hero
nothing's
sheets
showing.
there, some champion, Maverick, Soul Seer.
Yeah, this is the one where I think you
Nice.
pick a character and you get to 1v1 each other.
Oh,
So
okay,
you pick
okay.
somebody and then you'll do just like rolls.
Rolls
You know,
to
and
see.
it's meant to be like that's why I think the Dice Alliance kids are gonna have a ton of fun with it.
Yes.
You
Well,
know,
yeah, because I remember you say
yeah.
after you said that, Mark said that they're kind of like
Oh,
murder hobos over there.
yeah,
They like to.
they're gonna like go nuts with this. I think, in my opinion. So him donating that was just amazing.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah,
Calamities.
I
Have
didn't.
current life. All stats negative.
I didn't
Nice.
even know a lot of this. I knew he had a big folder over there, so this is really cool.
This is awesome. Natural ones and 20s. Yeah, we'll have to go through and like actually like dive into this a little bit more.
I eventually want to play it.
Yes,
So it'd be
absolutely.
dope.
I read about the Starbucks catastrophe and the heroes the game of this game in our fantasy adventure series. So that these are kind of
yeah,
he's going to make a book based off of these types of roles.
that's really cool, man.
That's good.
It's
That's a
awesome
good idea.
seeing people do
It's
stuff.
not what we're doing with Nullified yet,
Yet.
but nice.
Again,
I mean,
more
I
laminated
love that
sheets.
laminated sheets to show off the rules and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like our card art. I
Yep.
think that this is the coolest thing. Seeing like the protos before the art and all that type of cool stuff. Those are the classes right there.
Oh. Okay, so we got Brawler. We got the Champion, the Maverick, the Soul Seer, and the Whisper.
Whisper, which sounds like something I'd be
Oh,
interested.
I
Oh,
think it's the same
oh,
class.
okay, cool,
So
cool.
you can flip
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or you could be the same class.
Cool.
Essentially, is what it looks like. So yeah, that's really cool because I like that he even with it just being a simple folder, like he did a lot of work on this. You know, he got his business card
Yep.
in here,
I was
and
right.
then just
Nate.
all that stuff. Man, it's crazy though. I was trying to hold that back up. I don't know. I don't want to bend it here.
I got you.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he's still got more stuff in here. This is insane. So this is the Lightbringer mission 1, the Universe Medallion. And this is their adventure game, right? You said
I don't. I think this is is it their story that they're wanting to do.
the story. I know it was a story, but I thought it was an adventure.
It also could be.
because it's got some characters in it. I mean,
Yep.
it's a big, thick book.
Well, I think that this is
like
the
X.
game, and this is the story.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff in here.
Nice.
They're just really going at it. That's really cool. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. What kind of way did he bind this too? I'm quite interested in
It's
that.
just, I think it's just stapled.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
a paper and
Nice.
stapled.
Nice.
So, ain't bad.
We know that binding can get quite expensive, so I was curious the way that
yeah,
that they were able to do it.
here's kind of where he got.
And we love this,
That's really
as everybody does.
some little sticker packs.
Some sticker packs.
Yep, and I can't remember what he's selling this for because we traded for this. I think he was selling it for 25.
I don't know, but yeah, we did a nice trade. Which I love this type of
Yeah,
indie stuff because you get to trade your stuff with other people. But they seemed really keen on my art style, which is pretty cool.
He was very excited when I said something about it, and he was like, "Yeah, he's like, I was wanting to go over there and see you guys." I was like, "That's awesome." So yeah, we traded for this. Before you close that up, I was wanting to just kind of show this real fast because this is the only one I kind of seen, and I understood it. So he obviously all of that was laid out on the table. So his presentation was like phenomenal compared to us.
Well, we're still
we just
prototyping.
we just had a card. Well, he also has three things going on. So
We got two.
it's like he took his whole booth over
No, we
there.
got 3 things going.
Yeah, but it's like he had his whole booth over there for the games where we couldn't really do that because like ours aren't all games.
Right.
So
2 games in a book. It's the same thing with this.
this is how he had it set up essentially, and we're not gonna play because I would be terribly explaining the rules that go on, but you can kind of already tell from this simple setup what the intent is here, and it is that you flick a dice, and I'm pretty sure based on like some numbers and whatnot, you get a score.
Dang.
But this was
so it'd be like 11 times 2.
I believe so. I mean, like
That's
I
dope.
said, I mean, I would probably be doing a bad job of trying to say what the rules are specifically, but
2 times 1. So I got 2
what I'm saying is like, you basically understand what it is without even having to read the rules. I think it's really great.
Dude, 19 times 2.
That's wild.
So here's the thing. Is there Can you do that?
Yeah,
Is that
I believe
how
you
you
can.
do it?
I believe that's actually like part of the whole game.
Trying
I mean,
to.
it's just like a what's it called, shuffleboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that just with dice,
But yeah,
which is amazing.
I think they even explained like the thought was while your DM was getting set up or something like that,
Yeah,
you could just roll
be
this
playing this
thing out and
Yeah,
play it a little bit.
yep.
We like
Very
those
cool
types of games.
concept. Super simple idea. I mean, dude, just nailed it. I mean, I think it worked out really well.
Yeah, fold it the other way.
I think it worked out really well for him. Like I said, cigarette went away. That's not his. One of ours.
Yeah, we hope to keep hearing back from them and seeing if we could support each other in our, multiple projects.
I don't know how many people are on right now, but if y'all seen it and you thought that was really cool, again, go check it out. Think
Prism Cortex.
I haven't checked personally. I don't know if he's taking orders off his website or not, but you can at least message them probably if it doesn't seem like they're taking orders. Was it one?
Yeah, just one.
Okay. Yeah, it was a really cool little trade we got to do. And honestly, it was kind of shocking. I'm kind of glad he didn't trade us for a card game, to be honest. Even though I thought that would have been a more fair trade, but he traded for a comic, which is still cool because our comic is awesome. Our comic is really dope.
I don't want to brag and boast, but I did a fairly okay job at it.
All right, I'm gonna move this back so y'all like chill. Get that.
Maybe I know how to do it. Oh, it's all me.
I just realized that I did all that, and like probably gonna mess up like the individual views.
Oh yeah, dude, it's bad.
Oh man, it's because it's too high or too low.
Well, look at your side.
Oh yeah.
It's not great, but hey, whatever.
Here, I can fix it on the other side of it. But yeah, no, that was really
Great
cool.
Yep.
Getting to do that and meeting that guy, and really appreciated seeing him playing that. And
yeah, I mean that was the cool thing from the event. First off, we had some folks from Dice Alliance. They were already there, so we got to talk to them a little bit, and it felt, those types of events I thoroughly enjoy because it kind of feels communal in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, in which case you yell at me.
Yeah, you did get yelled at.
I yelled at because they thought I was like running the thing. And hey, where's the Yu-Gi-Oh players at? I was like, I don't know. I have a booth over here if you want our card game. I even said that, and the guy was like, okay, what game you got?
Yeah, he wasn't having it.
No, he was quite upset. But other than that, it was really cool. After we got done that day, we went out and ate at Burritoville, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
I got a regular burrito, and it's the size of my head.
Dude, that dessert burrito, like I was telling,
I didn't get to try one of those.
Dude, it was great.
It looked really good.
It was amazing.
But that was awesome. And then we did the Sunday. That's what's got me concerned a little bit. I'm excited. I'm anxious because I seen us on day 2 of Heartland, and I'm like, we have 3 days coming up this next week.
Yeah, at OMGCon.
Well, I do. Apparently, you're gonna have to bail.
I have to skedaddle for my day job.
Yeah,
so I ain't gonna be able to be there the whole time. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave this guy up there.
Yes,
unsupervised, which is kind of scary.
I'm going rogue.
I could see it. I could see you.
We're not gonna come back with anything because I'm burning it, tossing it all away. All the cameras, everything. It's going away.
Yep.
Do you think that? I mean, you could probably take your bag with all the stuff that on Sunday, right? I mean, I just probably need the stuff for the booth.
Yeah, I'm not leaving you any of the
streaming
stuff.
I'd forget some stuff. I wouldn't trust me.
I'm just gonna leave you the booth, and y'all can just, handle from there on, and just end up letting me know what's going on.
We discussed first we had to have a discussion if we're up for this type of challenge. But here's the thing at King Panda Studio. I mean, the main thing that we're doing is trying to figure out the road, right? So we didn't want to shrink away from this challenge, even though it's going to be quite a big one.
It's gonna be rough. But yeah, no, absolutely, we're not willing to give up on it.
No, yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and we've already got to learn a whole super lot. And I was out there doing some of these events before you got involved for about 2 years, I think 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
something like that. So I've had some windows into making sales online or not at the event, and just talking to people and stuff like that. So I had that information coming in, and then you had your first experience in Clarksville, which was cool. I watched you, cool. Talk with people, having a good time. And then this one, you selling your game, just what like I said, I don't think I've ever seen you that hyped before in my life.
That was
you were just on like a different level of euphoria.
Really cool.
It was cool to see. I was like, man, that's great, because I had felt it before, and so I kind of know what you're going through with that. And it's like, yeah, dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyways, I say all that to say I have not done a 3-day con.
This is a big one for us. I mean, it really is. This is a huge thing. Next year, this is going to be big. But honestly, I mean, being real about it, like going into next year, we're going to some of these conventions again. We're going to Heartland Gaming.
Yep.
We're going to OMGCon. Like that's going to be a thing. I say, with what's coming up and what we're going to have, we're just going to be more prepared as time goes on.
Yeah, we're going to have more stuff.
More
and
products.
Hopefully more people are involved with our stuff as well, to a point of on our Discords, hitting us up with what they would like to see at these things. Because that's big, especially here at King Panda Studio. One of the biggest things is while we're on this journey, we want to take other people along with us, and hear their feedback and hear what they'd like to see from us and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
We're huge into getting people involved,
Absolutely.
So yeah, the more that we get that next year, the better as well. We're getting a little bit of it now, so maybe after this con, we see even more folks hitting us up, and we see what else we got. And then I talked to somebody today at the Superman Festival. There's a potential for us to register for something else in September.
Yeah, man.
We'll look at it and we'll see. If nothing else, I wouldn't mind just taking a trip up there and checking it out.
It's funny because it's like, I mean, I know you didn't know about this one, but it's like, even this one, we were like, even if we're not a vendor, which we're like, it's okay. Like, we were just going to go up there.
Check it out.
And it's like, oh, well, why don't you come up here and actually sell stuff?
Yeah.
It's like, sure.
Speaking of that, that was awesome for this Heartland convention.
Yes.
Because we were going up for one day, and we were just going to play test the game and then go home. We weren't going to bring anything to sell.
Yes.
But because I was running a booth and you're play testing, I think that's where it like really got fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and I think it was amazing because there was so many people who were coming by and like were talking about our booth and was like, yeah, I really like the art over there. Like I was gonna go. So I was like,
no, that was really cool.
Go over there and talk to him, man.
I met that awesome kid who's talking to me about all kinds of cool projects, like video game projects. Where we jumped from Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts to anime. We were talking about Vinland Saga, like all these comics and stuff. And they even mentioned like your art style is very sharp, and like that was a huge trigger for me because I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Yeah.
How do you know that?
Yeah, that's like the one thing that I think I'm kind of.
You got my buzzword.
Yeah, exactly. So it was awesome.
And move this actually, I don't know. Set it up there. I guess
it's gonna fall.
You can't see it though.
So that's why I was just gonna leave it there. Are you doing something else?
I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna grab a book real fast.
Okay. Yo, we got diamonds now and one glitter. That's awesome. What diamonds do, I wonder. It's weird being on these types of things and not drawing I don't know what to do with my hands. I feel like Ricky Bobby. What do you? Okay, cool. He's back.
What?
Stop talking about it. Huh?
Stop talking about it.
What'd you bring that out for?
I need to take notes for our editor, or else I'm gonna get in trouble about topics. I was typing them, but I was
You're clicking
failing.
buttons.
I am not.
We had a conversation about that last night.
What?
Editors and marketers and like this crazy the amount of hats that we've been putting on recently.
Yeah,
it's been a lot.
It's been a lot. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I it's been so funny that I've been meaning to take a video, because every like video I do of this, usually you're talking about something, and I'm like, and I'm like talking to you, and I'm like, man, people are gonna be like, every time Nate talks, Ryan just ignores them, and I'm just gonna have to make a video showcasing like, hey, I'm not ignoring him. I got to do this stuff too. So it's like I'm trying to manage like multiple things in one go.
We like I said, I mean, we're wearing a lot of hats right now. Yours is interesting, if you ask me. I get to come in with the energy and the art and stuff like that, and you're over here like make sure that this thing functions. That's your whole purpose,
literally. Like, and the studio, the game, the fucking everything basically, like, gotta make sure it functions. Yeah, I mean, like, it was funny. I'm kind of curious how we're gonna handle this, because I think I'm gonna take the iPad, and I think I'm just gonna let you take it back and bring it here.
Okay.
Or have her meet you or whatever to get it back, because I don't think she's gonna go.
Okay.
But we set up a what's it called, like a card registry.
Card that's thingy. What we're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't want to deal with that, dude. Come on, I can't handle that.
It's like talking about the functionality is like I set all that stuff up so we could take card readers.
Yeah,
and we could read cards. We could charge credit cards, and this guy over here. Granted, I figured it would be the case, but still. This dude over here just started taking cash for everything.
yeah, because I'm used to cash. I can do cash.
Yeah, but what's funny is we weren't prepared for cash. So we went up to the convention without cash in hand.
That wasn't never an issue, though. Because somebody gave me some money right off the bat. And then
it was an issue the second day.
Oh, yeah, because it was a $2 purchase.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was an issue.
Not a bad one, though. But you are correct. If it comes to cash or card, I prefer cash. Because that little reader, I don't know. I do the same thing at work, too.
I agree. I mean, I would prefer the cash over the card. But...
No, I mean, yeah, if you it's better to have that access. I think what was bad about it is we didn't test it at all before jumping into the event.
Hey, but how do you test it? Charge our own card and lose some money off of it?
I don't know.
They take a percentage of whatever is charged.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, the more that we use it, maybe the more familiar I get. I might need like a sticky note of how to like fix it if it messes up or something. You know what I mean?
I'll leave you laminated instructions.
Yes, that's what I need.
Yeah, but just for anybody who is tuning in, who is trying to start their own business and doesn't know that, if you set up a card reader like Square or anything, obviously you probably would be like you probably thinking about it, be like, yeah, that makes sense, but like not knowing, they take a cut of whatever is charged. So if you charge somebody $5 for something, they're gonna take I don't even know what it's.
I couldn't tell you the exact.
It's a certain percentage of whatever. So you're not gonna get the $5. You're probably gonna get like $4.20 off of it, because they're gonna take a cut. And
so they don't charge the customer; they charge you.
Yeah, they charge you. It comes off of your dollar. I mean, you can upsell to cover the charge, but regardless, it comes out of whatever you charge.
Well, at work, I think it's you put in the amount, and then the percentage comes in after on the card.
Yeah. Not in this one.
Gotcha.
At least I don't. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Most of it usually works this way, I believe. Now the only thing that comes up that way is tax. Tax comes up after. But because of the new law that they put in place, you can't have hidden fees.
Oh, gotcha.
So they can't really charge customers for that without being transparent, and it's hard to be transparent on
About a
stuff like that.
percentage.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, okay, well, I can't say every time like what it's going to be. So it's just kind of like, hey, whoever's selling this, you're just going to have to deal with the charge on this.
Yeah.
Which is not a big deal. It's really not, but it's still at
It's just
the end of the
something to
day,
remember.
You do get charged for it, so you don't get the full amount. What I was surprised was how fast we got the money from that. It came to our
Really?
bank really quick. Yeah. Like literally next day.
That is awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah, Monday, Saturday's posted, and Tuesday, Sunday's posted.
Nice.
So I
Very
was like,
nice.
wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to be that fast.
That's cool.
So there was that. But yeah, the Heartland Gaming was great. OMGCon is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be extremely interested. I'm excited about it, but every time that I go to a new thing like this, Heartland, I was the same way. I was nervous. Clarksville, I was nervous, but
I'm more nervous for this one just because it's bigger and we're paying a lot of money to go up there.
Right.
And like, you could potentially just lose your butt.
Well, yeah, I don't know what to expect at the artist table. Now, I've had some people that go that have even recommended me to go, so that's good. We're making sure to bring our own original art and stuff like that because that's what I prefer to sell, anyways.
What's funny about that? We had this conversation, and just for anybody who is tuned in and is going to conventions or considering going and setting up a table, at Heartland Gaming, we paid for a vendor table.
Yeah.
It's still a smaller con, so it wasn't that much to really get it. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
At OMGCon, I'll just be up front, like, they're charging $450 for a vendor table, which if you're
it's good because it makes sense because you're selling packaged things and stuff like that.
You're a well-established vendor, it makes sense. For us, we had this conversation where I was like, technically, I don't think we qualify as a vendor.
We only sell our original stuff.
Yeah, so
we're not...
we qualify as an artist table.
Yeah,
not that you can't have a vendor table,
right?
But in situations like this big convention, it doesn't make sense for us to pay $450 for a table.
No, because we don't have merchandise.
Unless we had a bunch of merchandise and we wanted to have the big space available.
I mean, I don't know when we start to just drop just loads of projects. I don't know. Is that anything?
You want a vendor table at conventions like that when you're like really like. Let's say we make a video game and that thing pops, or the comic book is going hot. You're gonna have merchandise for the shirts. You're gonna probably have like
you're gonna need some more space,
like plushes or towels or bags or whatever. Then you would need the space available for it because then people are gonna be coming there to buy that.
Yeah.
Where right now they don't really know what it is we're doing.
Right. I mean, we're still
building an audience, still showing our projects. So artist table works.
It'll probably be that way for a while.
It will.
I would say.
Okay. No, I think so.
But I mean, I think it's fun. It kind of feels like traveling to the gold rush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being on that trail, just figuring out what works for us and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that this one was more successful than my other ones because we had cool card game and some other stuff to show off. I mean, dude, you brought a demo, or not a demo, a trailer for the gameplay because we tried to get the demo done and unfortunately ran out of time for it.
Yeah, unfortunately. And this one I can't bring the demo even if I had it available because just the nature of what they're doing. And this convention is so big that they actually have dedicated space for any developers to showcase games.
Sweet.
And they even told us, though, the second reason why we're not taking the game demo up there, if I was able to get it done, is they're looking for people who have actually polished like game demonstrations and merchandise with their games, and we don't have.
We don't. It's too early in the game development side of things. But I mean, we got that stuff covered with the comic and the card game. We have proto boxes and stuff ready for all that.
Yeah, which you know, I like talking about
Wait,
this. I think this is helpful. What?
do we have any more books?
What do you mean books?
The package, the book package.
Book package?
Yeah, well, we put the proto decks in the box.
Yeah.
We have more of those.
Yeah, uh we have the ones that we bought on
Yeah,
Sunday.
3 of them.
Yes.
It's not a lot.
No, we don't have a whole lot. Here's my thing. I said this before. At this convention, I just don't think we're gonna sell a lot of cards.
Right.
Um, and if people are really interested in it, sell pre-orders.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Because what helped was the game test.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
yeah.
it was a gaming convention.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's space in OMGCon.
there is. You can go up there and do games.
Gotcha.
Those are more like established games. I'm not saying they wouldn't probably say we could, but I really just don't. At a big convention like this, I would not want to leave you alone at the vendor booth. I think it'd just be better for us to both be there doing it. Because, like, it's the type of convention we were at. We were at a gaming convention.
Yeah.
All about games.
Yeah.
So, like, people were coming there expecting to play games and get cards and stuff. Where at this OMG Con, it's all about mainly, like, anime and, you know, cosplay and a lot of that stuff.
Well, I don't know. It's been years since I went, but it was kind of multifaceted in that way.
It is
because it's bigger.
multifaceted.
Because
It is.
you had a whole, spot set up for like Smash Bro tournaments and stuff like that.
And that area is huge.
Yeah.
It's like was it like a retro gaming vendor hall?
Yeah, something like that.
Uh,
You know what's funny is like going back to that. I think that we had talked to a table on the corner booth. I kind of remember this, and they were selling like a trading card game there. And for some reason, I remember that person like giving us a card for it. I don't know what ever happened to that card, or if that game was successful. I hope it was.
interesting.
But it's kind of like a weird circle of life situation
Yeah,
where it's like, oh, now we're the
ones doing it.
fellas going out there trying to do this type of stuff.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to expect from.
The problem is at this
From this one.
convention, I'm not saying there isn't people that will go up there, but they don't really promote the gaming area, like the card game, the tabletop stuff, very well, at least from what I remember.
Yeah.
So
And it could
it's
be way
upstairs.
better.
It's way upstairs. It could be. But it was the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's way up there
Well,
at the
from
top,
my memory,
and it was dark.
I thought I had seen people up there though.
There were people up there.
There was
No,
quite a
there
few
wasn't
people.
Well, I mean, the tables were full, but it's not like there was a bunch of people like walking around or
Can't
going
remember.
up there.
I just generally can't remember.
It's
Too much.
basically people were going up there, seeing what was up there, and then turning around and leaving.
I see, and I don't remember that because I thought that we walked around for a second because we were thinking about playing a game up there because we got tired.
We did, but there was tables available. That's like there wasn't a ton of people up there.
Mm.
And again, could have changed. They could be promoting stuff because they have a team. It was crazy talking to these guys. They have a team of like department people.
Yeah, no,
dedicated for each area.
It sounds awesome. I had talked to somebody at the McCracken Con.
Yeah.
About like, being curious about getting a table at some point. Which it's me. And if it was just me doing this type of stuff, I forget to sign up for stuff.
Yeah.
I signed up for the Clarksville. Mark told us about the Heartland, and then you reached out.
Yeah.
To the Heartland. But like whenever it was just me doing it, I was just really, really bad about it.
It was just like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was something we were supposed to be at this weekend.
Oh,
but
yeah.
somebody never reached out. But it's okay. I'm actually like we're both like really happy that didn't happen because like not because we didn't want to go. It's just
jumping from one convention to another. We just don't have enough stuff.
Yeah, like we're still building inventory on our first year.
Again, a lot of our stuff is like my custom prints.
Yeah.
And
commissions. Oh, you talking about inventory?
Yeah, inventory is what I'm talking about specifically.
It's like the stickers. It's basically nullified stuff. It's all nullified.
It's mainly nullified. And
we don't
then
have anything.
some of our D&D commissions that I've made.
Yeah, it's all null. It's all we had.
Yeah.
Like now we have our second product, semi finished, and that's the card game.
Yeah.
Which we actually are starting to get stuff for.
Yeah.
But like for instance, Aether Forge, when that goes out, like that's not gonna have anything for a little bit. Like that's just gonna kind of exist for a while.
Yeah. I'm curious what I want to do for display stuff for that because I could see some interesting ideas.
It'll be cool.
What I think, again, and I don't know if you feel this with this game or not, but I like the thought of retro vibes, to an extent of Aether Forge. What my brain goes to is early like '90s concept art for these types of games, like early Nintendo games and Final Fantasy games.
Yeah,
I kind of think that that'd be cool is to do like a
like Galaga kind of like art.
nah, I don't know exactly, but I'm thinking like ship layout types of stuff on this little, 11 by whatever.
Yeah,
And then like showing off some concepts for the ships and something maybe.
I think that you could make some highly detailed ones too. I think we're okay, and I'm going to be kind of honest in this part of it. Is I think we're one of the things that fails for our game is the fact that it's not 2.5D, it's not 3D, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I don't know because there's games out there that succeed because of that. I mean that style. I go to that.
It's a bigger attention grabber, but 2.5D would be more doable. But we're kind of.
I think it's going to be a lot of aesthetic choice.
Yeah,
that's going to push it. Like, not to be braggy or whatever, but like just the art direction that we go with this, I think is going to be a driving force for said game. And then you get in there with the mechanics that we're doing because the mechanics you can find in other stuff, but luckily for us, no other artist in the world has me.
Yeah.
So like that style is going to be specifically King Panda style.
What I would like to do is I'd like to build Aether Forge in the 2D fashion that it is now, get it out there, and then probably go do Aether Forge 2, where we do a 2.5D because I don't really want to dive full 3D on it.
No, well,
but I think it would be. But like right now, it's like we got other stuff we need to get done, and you would have to build 3D models for this game.
I know. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm the 3D modeler for us. I can be for the moment, but I have dedicated majority of like my style and like my growth to 2D. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I've done some 3D stuff, but I just don't think that it's going to be like
big
studio quality stuff. You know what I mean?
I get it. I mean, the thing is I'm not a marketer.
Yeah.
I'm not a social media guy. So it's just unfortunate we have to kind of like.
It's exactly what we talked about, those types of things. Is eventually we would like to figure out if there's somebody that can do marketing for us whenever we could actually afford somebody, and all that type of good stuff. And that's what I mean by like 3D stuff. If we jump into that world, which I think that we are okay not to.
That's why I think 2.5D would be an easier jump to because not everything has to be 3D. But like the ships would be 3D. Certain aspects of the game would be 3D.
I think that,
but it's also low res, so it's not like you have to worry about too much detail.
Right. Either. I think that if we really start to consider making the 2D have depth, I think that we're going to fix a lot of our issue with it feeling like it's on the same plane. Basically, what I mean is like things overlaying under and above your ship instead of your ship just being above literally everything.
Yeah. I can see that. Sorry.
Like, okay, for instance, like how some games, if you flip like if there's a wall in front of your camera, it'll start to fizzle out, and you can still see yourself.
Yeah.
If we do something like that, and you're going past a moon or a planet, and so you still like it kind of fizzles the planet out, and still see your ship flying underneath it. Adding those types of elements create that 3D feel to it without making it a 3D game.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think that's going to be doable
because I think I've already thought about that myself because I think there's asteroids that are on the same level as you. There's also asteroids that are
above, below.
And I haven't really talked about this too much, but when you get a frigate and you have those spiders that come out, I want to have assets that go underneath you, so it looks like they're floating around.
And then that's kind of a simple-ish thing. If you just you just kind of show them, like when they move, it's going under or above.
Yeah,
we need to look up ways to create that
image of depth
Yes.
in 2D.
It's something that I haven't studied yet, but I don't feel like would be a hard grasp to like finally get there. But like I said, that the art style is going to be big, and then we don't know any like uh, game music artists or whatever. What do you call
No,
that?
that's gonna be,
Yeah,
which is why I was happy that we ended up getting a piano.
we got a piano.
Yeah, we got a piano.
Oh,
Wasn't for this, but we get to utilize it for the same thing.
yeah,
You
but
know?
that's sound engineer.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
eventually
Like, we
I'd
don't have.
like to talk to some folks about sound engineering and stuff like that too, because those are the ones that really make your game feel like a game. And I'm talking about particle sounds and such like that. You know.
Yeah. Uh, Sorry, I am thinking about switching over because we're not really getting too much going on here.
Okay.
But um, mainly because I think also I'm about to switch into some new topics in a
Cool.
minute. So I think it would be. Oh my gosh! It just disappeared.
I had 22 likes.
It's
Cool.
happening.
I'm always excited to see something. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like likes or diamonds or whatever. It's like, hey, that's awesome.
I don't even know what half that crap is.
I like it.
I think that's what's funny. It's like we're like, oh yeah, and like, I don't know what that is. What does it have to do with me?
You're finance, dude. I'm sorry, but you have to figure all that out.
Yeah. See if we can't move this up here. I can maybe get this done really quickly. I like the setup that I did up here, so
Yeah, dude.
that's why I was like trying to replicate real quick. Let's see.
You said there's new topics.
There was new topics. It's gonna go into the gaming stuff aspects of it,
What do you mean?
like news, industry news, like discussions. Yeah, I know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't even know what a game is.
You don't know what a game is.
My mind is still in Arrakis. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's been really fun.
They blast with it, man.
All right, I'm trying to get the setup on here.
There's two of me.
There is. I'm gonna do it over on this side.
Am I that off camera
What?
on that one?
I don't know what's going on with. I think it's just
Oh, okay.
it's just hidden. 'Cause I'm just gonna restart this for the fact that
Okay.
thin backwards.
How tired do I look? I wonder. Can anybody tell me? Do I look really tired?
enough. I'm
Been doing
gonna
stuff.
end it on here, and we'll just pick back up in just a second.
Yeah.